So, indoor aquaculture facilities. Indoor aquaculture facilities, as in many places around the world, indoor aquaculture facilities have developed rapidly during the past decade to accommodate the need for an appropriate environment for recirculating aquaculture system. Rush indoor units here also gaining popularity in non-desert water limited region, and a few RAS units have been established as a private initiative on Tibot Fish Farm. This is said Eliyahu in the Pechin Valley and in Himefrats in the northern coastal plain. So, sa maraming lugar sa buong mundo, mabilis na nabuunlad ng mga pasilidad para sa indoor aquaculture. So, sa nagdaraang dekada para ma-focus ang mga pangangailangan para sa tamang kapaligiran para sa recirculating aquaculture system. So, ang indoor aquaculture facilities ay kumakalat bilang establishment sa pangangailangan para sa sustainable at water efficiency na pag-aalaga ng isda. Lalo na sa mga ito ay nagbibigay ng mga kontroladong kapaligiran para sa pag-aalaga ng mga isda na nagpapabuti sa production at pag-aalaga. So, understanding that water limitation for fish culture will become even more acute. The Department of Fisheries of the Israel Ministry of Agriculture has given its support to the design, construction, and evaluation of 5 commercial fowl RAS units in order to test alternative for production of fish with minimal water usage. So, sa madaling salita, binibigyan ng support ng Department of Fisheries of the Israel Ministry of Agriculture. So, each indoor facility consists of the following component. Climate control building. So, this is a facility where the environment including temperature, humidity, and other environmental factors is regulated to maintain optimal condition and for fish farming. So, hatchery, nursery, and production tank. So, this is our tank used for hatching and rearing fish from the early stage hatchery through to juvenile stage nursery and finally to the main tank for production. So, aeration and liquid oxygen system. This system provides air and dissolved oxygen to the water to maintain the proper oxygen level necessary for the fish. So, water treatment unit. This is the whole component of the RAS where water used for fish farming is clean and conditioned. So, it includes processes as a solid waste removal, biological filtration, gas removal, and water distribution. Feeding system. This is a system that delivers feed to the fish at the appropriate time and amount to ensure their health and growth. Control and alarm system. So this system provides monitoring and alert for any issues or change in the environment that may affect the fish well-being. Harvesting, sorting, and dispatch of produce to market. These are the processes involved in harvesting, sorting, and transporting the harvest fish to the market for sale. So, proceed to the desert coastal aquaculture technology, the Saudi Arabian experience. So, introduction. The high profitability of prawn farming around the world led to uncontrolled shrimp farming on a large scale, which resulted in the deterioration of environment, spread of disease, and the industry's land. Thailand and Ecuador are just two examples of many countries that suffer from this issue. unlike traditional tropical shrimp farming in fond of brackish water or low salinity. Desert coastal aquaculture has the advantage of culturing shrimp in highly saline seawater, reducing the pathogen, while the instant sunlight available throughout the year make it possible to oxide the pond bottom after harvesting. So, the instant sunlight available year-round enable effective pond bottom oxidation after harvesting, helping to mitigate environmental impact and maintain sustainable practice. So, although isolated and with air temperature reaching up to 50 degrees Celsius, the Saudi Arabian deserts and coastline provide stable conditions for this type of aquaculture. Other advantages include ability of large and utilized area of seaable land. So that means that there are vast areas of land suitable for shrimp farming that are not currently being used. This provides ample opportunity for expansion and development of shrimp farming operation without competing for land with other industries or activities. And seawater or the highest quality. So in desert coastal aquaculture, the seawater used for shrimp farming is of exceptional quality because there is no nearby industry or human activity for hundreds of kilometers around. This freezing environment ensures that the seawater is free from pollutant and contaminant, creating an ideal setting for shrimp cultivation. And the last, a remote location reducing the chance of disease transfer. So being located in the remote areas help to minimize the risk of disease transfer between shrimp farm and other aquatic ecosystem. So with fewer high-boring farm and aquatic habitat, the spread of disease and pathogen among shrimp pollutant is less likely contributing to healthier and more sustainable aquaculture environments. So marine shrimp species. The Red Sea high salinity poses a challenge for shrimp farming, but through testing, Phanerophenius indicus emerged as the most suitable species. Initially, Phaneus monodon was used, but Phanerophenius indicus proved more resilient. To address the shortage of Phanerophenius indicus, bootstrap breeding program was launched. Now central to operation, currently the National Frown Company breeds the 21st generation of domesticated Phanerophenius indicus with an average production of 663 million host larvae annually, aiming to reach a capital capacity of 1.2 billion. So grow out experience gained during the pilot phase of the project took commercial operation in 1996 with construction 100 times funds near about 200 kilometers to Jeddah on the Red Sea coast. So over the year, the average annual production from this fund ranged from 701 to 5,801 units, with a figure recorded between 2003 and the present. So, based on this commercial stage, a large scale on has been developed in two phases. So, number one, phase 1 had farmed totaling almost 200,800 with annual production of 5,001. So this fish comprised 11 farms covering nearly 800 hectares. so of land, hectares of land. So annually, this farm produces approximately 11,500 tons of shrimp. So phase 2, building on the success of phase 1, phase 2 is expanded the operation further. It involved 15 farms spanning almost 8,500 meters with an anticipated annual production. So of 17,500 tons of shrimp, phase 2 was already underway by the end of 2009 with the initial set of funds being stacked for shrimp cultivation. So intake pumping station. So this station was crucial for drawing in seawater to supply the shrimp farming operation. So ensuring an adequate and consistent flow to support the cultivation process. So a compactor. A compactor is a machine used to compress and reduce to the volume of materials such as soil, rubber, or waste. So by applying pressure, these are commonly used in construction, landscaping, and waste management projects to create more stable and dense surfaces. So compactor working on fan substrates. When a compactor is used on fan substrates, it is employed to compress and firm the soil or sediment at the bottom of the fan. So tractor. A tractor with equipment to break up topsoil is a specialized agricultural machinery designed to prepare land for planting or other agricultural activities. So this equipment, such as a plow, harrow, or cultivator, which are attached to the tractor and used to loosen and turn over the top layer of soil. So breaking up the topsoil help to treat the soil, improve water infiltration, and create a better seabed for planting crops. Hanggang dito na lang po ang report ko. Thank you for listening. I'm Norhana Esnao from DSFI 28.